The 2025 Toyota Prius. We have some subtle new updates to talk about, and I've already done a separate video on the plug-in hybrid version of the Prius and the updates for the 2025 model year. It's basically just a name change. Regardless, I will leave that video link in the description box below. Anyway, right now, this video is going to focus on the regular hybrid Prius models. And for this 2025 model year, we now have a new Nightshade edition, which is basically a more blacked out version of the Prius. You have more blacked out trim on the exterior along with the wheels, and you have the black leather synthetic seats with the inside with some gray stitching. And this Nightshade trim level, it's based upon the XLE trim level of the Prius. Also new for the 2025 model year, it's going to be a new exclusive Karashi exterior color for the Nightshade trim levels. So that kind of cool looking yellow color, that's a special color exclusive to the Nightshade. All right. Other than that, there are no new changes with the Toyota Prius. We do have the official pricing here from Toyota, and we have 4 different trim levels. We have the base LE, the XLE, Nightshade, and the Limited at the top. And you can get all-wheel drive as an additional option with all 4 trim levels for an additional $1,400. And the starting price, it has gone up by $400 compared to last year. A Prius LE, it's going to start at $28,350, and that's before destination. So to all the prices that Toyota has listed, make sure to add $1,135 for that destination fee to all of the prices. Once again, all-wheel drive, it's about an extra $1,400 to each trim level. Overall, I do like the Prius. I had an opportunity to test one, and it's great. It's been dramatically improved compared to the previous generations. It looks amazing in my personal opinion. Leave your thoughts below. It's still a nice, practical hatchback, decent headroom and legroom, and the powertrain, it remains the same. It's a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, mated to some electric motors, and it produces 196 horsepower and 152 pounds-feet of torque. It gets an incredible combined fuel economy rating of between 54 mpg to 57 mpgs combined. That is really impressive. Again, these numbers, they kind of change depending on if you go with the all-wheel drive or the front-wheel drive. Also, the horsepower ratings can also change. The front-wheel drive models come with 194 horsepower, and it's the all-wheel drive models that get 196 horsepower. Not a big deal, but I just thought I would mention it. Overall, I do think that the XLE models are going to be your best value proposition, and if you like the way the Nightshade looks, then that's also something to look into. But something like the XLE, it's going to come with the much cooler looking 19-inch wheels. You're going to get the heated front seats, a heated steering wheel, wireless phone charger, the synthetic leather seats, etc. But even as standard with the base LE, you are going to get things like wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto with the 8-inch infotainment screen. Now, of course, the Limited does get a lot of niceties, like the larger 12.3-inch infotainment screen and the 8-speaker JBL audio system, as well as a 360 camera and the fixed pano moonroof. All of these things are great, but you are paying up quite a bit of money at that point. It just depends on you and your budget and what you desire out of this product. A lot of people, they ask me, is this vehicle worth it over the Toyota Camry? I'm not gonna lie, the Camry does have a slightly more substantial feel out on the road. The only thing I didn't like about the Camry that I tested was the brakes. It just felt really weak, and the comment section, it was split. Some owners commented saying that there was nothing wrong with the brakes on their vehicles, and there was another group of owners or people who've test driven the Camry and they said that the brakes suck. So I don't know what to make of that. The brakes on my particular press vehicle that I got to test was awful, but it's highly possible that previous journalists probably destroyed that Camry. It didn't have that many miles on it, but regardless, the braking performance is something to watch out for with the new Camry. With the Prius, I had no real qualms driving it. Of course, the seating position is rather strange and obtuse. That's just something that you have to either get used to or check out in person. A lot of people who have bought this Prius, they defend it to the grave. They say that there's nothing wrong with the seating position and all of this stuff. I don't know why these owners are taking this so personally. It's obvious that the Prius seating position, it is unlike any other normal car. So it is definitely something to watch out for. But one of the big advantages that the Prius has over the Camry, it's going to be that very large hatchback space. And of course, another contender to really look into would be something like the new Honda Accord Hybrid. Regardless though, that's everything you need to know regarding the new 2025 Toyota Prius. As mentioned before, in the description box, I'm going to have a link to the 2025 Prius plug-in hybrid video. And if you're interested in purchasing these new Toyota products, I would highly suggest you go to Google and type in the invoice price for these vehicles. You can see the invoice price on websites like JD Power, so that's definitely a resource you should look into. And if you look up the invoice price of like a 2024 XLE all-wheel drive Prius, there seems to be about a $2,000 delta between the MSRP and invoice. Actually, a little bit over, about $2,200 difference. Obviously, we don't know for sure if dealerships actually pay invoice price for their vehicles. That's besides the point. This is at least a pretty good start for negotiating with these dealerships. You should always try to not pay full MSRP price for these rotting, depreciating automobiles. Typically, if you reach out to the general manager of a dealership for an in-stock unit and you email them politely and you're willing to pay slightly above invoice, which in this case would be about $2,000 off the MSRP, they might actually go for it. And I did make a video regarding negotiating with car dealerships and how to reach out to them. I will have that linked below as well, along with a free leasing calculator provided to you by AutoCompanion. This is a powerful tool because it shows you the interest rate of a lease, the residual values, and the incentives that you can get in your local zip code. And this is a very important calculator because those incentives, they stack on top of whatever dealer discount you're able to negotiate. So if you're able to get $2,000 off the MSRP and you qualify for like a $500 military incentive, then that $500 military cash, that's going to stack on top of the $2,000 that you negotiate off the MSRP. So definitely check out that calculator. And if you found value with this content, make sure to like and subscribe. But thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.